that's exactly, I could hear it playing in my head. So, gotta stop.
Yeah.
I'm so intelligent. Look what I did. Look what I did. Girl, you're so silly. It's okay.
Right.
It's okay.
Like, only an intelligent person can make a mistake like that.
I know. I'm too smart for my own good. I totally missed the point because I'm so smart and over analytical.
Yep.
Hi guys, welcome back to The Work Within, where we talk about all things mental, physical, and spiritual. I'm Diamond Simons.
And I'm Sami Iman.
If you're new to our channel, welcome.
And if you're already part of our growing family,
welcome.
We're so glad you're here. So today we are talking about confidence and what it means to be confident and how do you get it back if you feel like you've lost it.
So, what is confidence? I just pulled up the definition so we could take it back to the root.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. So, confidence, and this is Google. So if you want to use like Webster or something, feel free. So, confidence, there's 3 different definitions here. The first one is the feeling or belief that one can rely on someone or something, a firm trust. The state of feeling certain about the truth of something, or a feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities and qualities.
All right. So we are obviously talking about the third one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I think of confidence, like I don't think of arrogance because I feel like there's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. Arrogance is more along the lines of you feeling like you're better than someone else. Mm-hmm. And so your confidence is dictated by how well you can do something better than someone else.
Comparison.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Whereas confidence is more of an internal thing. Mm-hmm. Whereas like you are good with yourself, your abilities, what you can do. You don't need to compete with anybody outside of yourself, honestly, mm-hmm. you know, to be better than who you were the day before. And having faith in knowing that you can do anything you set your mind to. It's just up to you. It's all a choice, right? You can choose to say, yes, I can do it. And even if you don't have the knowledge at the moment to do it, you can still say, well, I'm going to get that knowledge and I'm going to learn how to do it and I'm going to do it myself, mm-hmm. you know? In that aspect, you know, or, you know, even when there's other people around who may want to compete with you, you don't have to engage. Mm-hmm. You can have the confidence in your own abilities to say, you can compete with me if you want to, but I'm not competing back because I know what I can do. Yeah. And I don't need to prove that to you, essentially.
Yeah. And it's important to compete with yourself. It's like she said, well, I don't have the skill for this or I don't know how to do this, mm-hmm. but you know what? I can do anything I set my mind to. I can learn how to do it and then I'll go do it. Yeah. You know, I can build any skills, you know, just feeling good about yourself. Like you're out for a jog and you still got a mile left to get back home and you're like, I can do this. Yeah. I can do this. I'm tired, but I can do this. I know because yesterday walking to my car, I was like, I can do this. I can do it. My legs are on fire. But anyway, so it's just having confidence in yourself. Yeah. And not really comparing yourself and your skills and where you're at to other people because Absolutely. You're only competing with yourself.
Yeah, and everyone's journey is different. And when you realize that, then the need to compete disappears, mm-hmm. right? When I think about confidence in comparison to everything that we've talked about up until this point, I think about building a house, right? So you have changing your perspective. That's your foundation, you know, that's your vision on how you want your house to be built, mm-hmm. right?
It has to be the right shape.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's sit on the right piece of land, you know.
If you want a basement, you know, you got to put that in there. The foundation.
You know, it's the foundation. It's the blueprint. It's the way you want your life to be, right? And then you go into creating your value system, right? Those are your walls. That's mm-hmm. your barrier from the wind, from the rain, from the snow, if you live in a place that gets snow, and even from excess heat. You want to make sure it's filled with all kinds of protection and barriers so that you are protected from the elements around you.
Yeah, and you got to make sure you put, like in your walls, you have a door, and you know, your values, your filtration system, only certain things can come through that door.
Absolutely.
Everything else is blocked by the walls.
Right. Exactly. Everything inside your house is protected. So then you get into your self-love and, you know, taking care of yourself, making sure that you're feeling great, you're loving yourself, like your body, yourself, you feel like you are the most beautiful and powerful thing in this world. That's all your wiring. That's all your plumbing. That's
because you gotta flush the poop.
Yeah, you gotta flush the poop.
That makes you feel good. I am taking care of myself by flushing out this poop. Yeah. No poop in here.
Yes. So yes, you're taking care of all of that. You got your lighting in your kitchen, in your bathroom, your bedrooms. Maybe you have a sunroom, you know, you want to make sure everything looks great in there. You want to have your air conditioner being able to pump air into places so you can be cool in the summer and warm in the winter. And then we get to confidence. Confidence is your roof. It is the combination of all of these things put together to create your house, and everything after that is decoration. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like, you know, especially if you've been in a situation where you have lost your confidence, which I feel like we've all been there. We've all been in that situation. It takes rebuilding your house to regain that confidence, right? And one of the ways that I did that, because I feel like even if you do everything, if you don't check your negative self-talk, you're not going to believe yourself when you say you can do things, you know? And I had a book that I read that I thought was really great talking about that, which was Lisa Nichols' No Matter What. Because what she said to do was think of your mind like a tape recorder. And every time a negative thought comes in, you press your head because you're pressing the stop button. You're like, nope. And that's not true. And then you go and you press play and change it to whatever the positive thought is. Which is great. I feel like, you know, in theory, but I don't feel like most people would be sitting at home or on the bus and being like, nope.
I would.
She would.
I totally would.
Most people would
I'd
not.
be at work and I'd be looking at someone and then I'm like, just don't do it. Don't do it.
But I mean, it was great. And I was like, that's really interesting. I never thought of that. But it requires you to be conscious, right, of all of your thoughts. Because a lot of times we can go through the day and there's millions of thoughts going through our head and we're not actually aware of it. We're just letting them go. And the way that your mind works, it's going to slip in this negative thought, and if you don't catch it and check it right there, it's going to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it until a little small negative thoughts becomes you feeling like this is who you are, you know? And so it does require a high level sense of awareness of what you think. And then it also requires you to actively participate in changing that thought. Like, you can't just be like, oh yeah, no, I don't believe that's like, no, you have to actively be like, no, that is incorrect, brain. This is correct. And what's going to happen is that your brain is going to fight against you because that's what it does. It's programmed to think a certain way because of the way that you have programmed it before. And a lot of that is from not checking your negative self-talk when it first started in the beginning. And some of it is ingrained from when you were a child, and so you didn't know then how to check it, and if you weren't taught how to check it then by the time that you become an adult, it's already full blown into this whole negative idea that you have about yourself. So at this point now, you have to get those big ideas taken care of, because then the small ones are the easiest ones to deal with, because you can check them before they're even full blown into the big monster that is self-assessment, right? So what I propose you do is in order for me, in order to be consciously aware, because let's face it, I do a lot of mundane things at work, or sometimes throughout life in general, that for me to catch my negative talk, I had to write it down, and then actively write next to it, this is what I should say, so that the next time it comes in, I can be like, nope, this is the truth. Because writing things down is powerful. It's so powerful because it becomes written into essentially your internal law. Mm-hmm. And so if you're sitting there and you're like, give me a negative thought.
So stupid.
Yes, that is one of the worst ones you can say to yourself. You can write that down and say, I'm so stupid, as this is the negative thought. And then in a positive column, you can just put the truth. I am extremely smart. And if you feel like you need more than that, you can write how you're smart, how you're intelligent, the things that you've done with your intelligence in the past that proves that you were not stupid. And maybe in this one area, maybe something happened or something ditzy happened, or like you messed up a little bit.
Human.
Yeah. And we all tend to do that, like, oh, that was so dumb. Well, I say that's so dumb. I never say I'm dumb, but I'm like, oh, that was dumb. Yeah, but I'll fix that. And that's a better thing to say than saying I'm so stupid.
Yeah, see, that'd be me. I'd be like, oh, I'm so stupid. Why'd I do that? Like, why would I do that? Just like that. That's exactly, I could hear it playing in my head. So, gotta stop.
Yeah.
I'm so intelligent. Look what I did. Look what I did. Girl, you're so silly. It's okay.
Right.
It's okay.
Like, only an intelligent person can make a mistake like that.
I know. I'm too smart for my own good. I totally missed the point because I'm so smart and over analytical.
Yep. Beyond my time right there. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. But it's really important in order to round off the foundation or the building of your house to make sure that you check those negative thoughts that come into your head. And also, I think we also had a video about guilt and shame, and we'll leave that up here or maybe in the description box so you can go back and watch it. Because what happens is that when you allow negative thoughts to penetrate your mind and your system, it turns into shame. And as we talked about before, you can't grow from shame. You can grow from guilt, because guilt is like, oh man, I did not mean to do that, and shame is, I'm a bad person because of that, and so like Diamond's example, I'm stupid because I made that mistake, when actually it was like, oh, that was just a dumb mistake. I can grow from that,
So kind of take it off of yourself as a person and put it onto the object or the event or whatever happened, and not put it on yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it seems so simple, but it's actually really, it takes work.
Yeah, but I just really like the house analogy. Yeah. It's like, the roof is confidence. Your roof don't have peepholes. Yeah. So don't go peeping out nobody else's roof.
Right.
If you're walking down the street and you see somebody else's roof and they got nicer shingles or whatever, I don't know what goes on a roof. Don't say, oh, well, my shingles are, no. You go look at your shingles and you admire them and be like, I'm so happy I have a roof over my head. Yeah. Maybe I'll upgrade that a little bit one day. Yeah.
Because the thing about it is that when you look at someone else's shingles, you don't know how much work they went through to get those shingles.
Exactly. They probably rebuilt their house like 4 times.
Probably.
And you only rebuilt it twice.
Right. Right. So and that's, comparison for sure is the biggest way to sink your confidence, sink your self-worth, sink your self-love, because you can't judge yourself based on someone else's story, someone else's journey. And that is one of the biggest things that I know I had to learn. And it wasn't even that I was comparing myself to other people. It was more or less that I was comparing myself to the ideas of what I had of who I should have been by now. You know, and that's detrimental too, because your journey is your journey, and you're taking this journey for a reason. Like, your life is meant for you to gain knowledge and to learn and to experience things. And imagine if you had woke up at 18 and was like, I'm successful. What would you have learned? How would you be able to keep that success if you haven't learned how to struggle in the process? But that's a whole nother story in a whole nother video. But
it's like the winning the lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you never learned how to steward your money, or you know, then that money's out the window before you even had a chance to enjoy it.
Yeah. Unless you watch our series and then you change on the spot and you're like, okay, I know exactly what to do with this money and how to be smart about it. I'm not stupid at all.
Right. Stick with us, kids. We'll get you there. But yeah, so what we have done for you guys is we have actually created a negative self-talk tracker that we will have on the website for you to download for free. So go grab that and like really start your journey. Like, take it seriously, because honestly, I can attest to the fact that on the other side of rebuilding your house, you're going to be so much better. You're going to be so much happier and a lot more grateful for the journey that you're on and that you've been on than you could possibly imagine. That's not to say that negative thoughts do not slip in from time to time, but I'm aware enough to say, yeah, that's not true. You know, and be like, get that mess out of here. I know the truth, you know. But starting on the journey of changing the way that you talk to yourself and checking your negative self-talk does take a little bit of work. And I know the journey that I've been on up until this point has been going on for at least the last 2 or 3 years. Not to say that it takes that long for everybody, but I was I had really bad depression cycles, and I had a lot of deep-rooted stuff that I needed to get through. So, but if you're willing to take that journey, we are here to take that journey with you. So you are not alone. We're with you.
And I just want to throw in there too, along with the negative self-talk about yourself, don't self-talk about other people either. Or negatively, like, just, you know, walking into the world, especially with everything that's going on, don't walk into everything with so much judgment and hate.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of walk into things like everyone's journey is different, like we've talked about. So don't think that you're above or below anyone. Don't look up to someone like, dang, I need to change my roof because of their roof.
Right.
And don't look at someone else's roof and be like, dang, you need to do something about that roof. You know? So just keep in mind, you don't want to think negative things about other people either.
Right.
You just want to keep all the negativity out.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Lift people up, you know. But that's also not to say that, you know, if you are asked your opinion, be honest, you know, like, don't lie to people. But your whole goal should be, in my opinion, to lift people up and, especially if they're down, help them see that there's a way to be in a better space. And it's up to them to take that journey. It's not up to you. You can provide the information and the direction if it's asked, but after that, it's up to them. And so, you know, that's something that I feel like everyone in this world needs to learn. Because, like we said before, everyone's journey is different. Everyone has to make the choice themselves to take the journey, and it's not up to you how someone else's journey should be and where it should go. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and end it here. And if you could, leave us some comments below. Let us know maybe what type of negative thoughts you're trying to turn or sway into a more positive direction. How's your house going? Like I like to see, because I think houses are beautiful. And I would love to see yours. So we will leave a link to the website where you can get the download in the description, as well as I'll leave a link to the book No Matter What. That really helped me in my journey. And anything to add?
Nope.
Okay, we'll see you next time then. Bye, guys.